Yes, this is Mr. Controversy, and this is the infamous three-point conversion station. Keep it locked. Yes, this is Mr. Controversy inside the three-point conversion sports lounge. Rocking to the new intro beat. Appreciate it, Sherm. It's a great day for sports, man. We talking NBA trades, Kawhi Leonard, DeRozan, what would effects be. Also, we're talking about this, situation with Julio and everything else that got to do with that, man. We're talking Manny Machado, Major League Baseball. Also, we're going to dive into some NFL football. As far as the Chicago Bears and the Baltimore Ravens, they kicked off training camp on Friday. And if you don't know, you've entered inside the three-point conversion sports lounge. And I am your host once again, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? And you know I'm not doing this by myself. My road dog and crime, my partner in crime is not here today, Mr. D Intellectual, but we have a superstar in the house, the one and only Mr. H.O. What up, H.O.?
What's happening? You already know. Also, you forgot to mention we talking birthdays. We talking birthdays. So thanks for inviting me to the show again. I feel like this is a second home. I got my coffee, but I want to make sure we and all of the three-point lounge people that are watching wish you a very, very happy birthday today. Let's go ahead and get that off the chest.
Appreciate that.
Before we even get into some sports, recognize yourself first, and then we can get into some fun, baby. But glad to be here, man. And you know, I'm pretty sure people are saying, "Why is he working on his birthday?" But as you told me, this ain't work, baby. This is what you do.
This is what we do.
Let's get to it.
Yes, and I want to give a special shout out to my son, Mr. Jason. He's in the building. He's not going to be on the mic, of course, but he had the same birthday as his father. So happy birthday to him, man. Like I said, man, I'm ready to do this, man. There's so much to get into. Make sure you all let your family and friends know that they can check out the show live on Facebook Live, and also they can call in at 404-603-8770 to give their 3 cents. And they can check out the show on iHeartRadio, on 1100 AM, the Real app. If you're in Atlanta, go to the radio, 1100 AM station. And then we have TuneIn Radio, 1100 AM app. So, like I said, it's time to get to these quick hits.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. So we're going to start off first talking about NFL. LA Rams running back Todd Gurley came out. I guess it's no shock, but in a sense he dropped a bombshell. He said that the players should be prepared for a lockout in 2021 because players are going to fight for more guaranteed money. You know, it ends in 2020, so the agreement.
He didn't really need to say that because I think with all of what's going on today in the NFL, we kind of knew that the lockout is coming or there will be some type of fight, as we should say, between the NFL and the owners and the NFL players and the owners. Yeah, he didn't really need to say that. He just really confirmed what we've always thought anyway. So we're in hopes to move it up a little sooner, but that's not going to happen. But yeah, you can prepare for a lockout. So 2021. It's gonna be a tough year.
It's gonna be tough. Hopefully, man, it's hard to see them come to a resolution, but hopefully they do. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll see.
You see how much money each team made last year? They each made $250 million.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You can afford to have a few fully guaranteed.
Yeah, no doubt. But so is it a mistake that the information came out? I know we got to keep going, but. I mean, why you put that out in the public and knowing, and I think even this year before the season start, they getting like $252 million a piece.
Yeah.
A piece. Each owner.
Greed.
Each owner.
Greed.
That's crazy.
That's greed. Speaking of upper management, the Toronto Raptors president, Masai.
Go ahead, G.
Go ahead, G. Uhiri. All right.
He got a smooth name.
Uhiri, I know, right?
Yeah.
That's the Toronto Raptors president. He says he wished he would have handled the situation with DeMar DeRozan differently. Basically, he had a conversation during summer camp, during summer training camp.
Right.
Or the Summer League.
And
he was saying, basically let him know that, they're looking to, he didn't say moving forward. I forgot the words that he used, but basically it was misleading, as if to say that, no, we good.
DeRozan took from it that he believed that he was not going to be traded. But
the words he said, I have to look it up. The words he said, it was misleading.
Right.
And that's why he apologized and said he was sorry about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost made my stop it. It should have. But I thought this needed to be on quick hits.
So the Rose is mad because he ain't gonna be able to hang out with Drake anymore. I mean, what's the big deal?
See, we're gonna get into that, man. We're about to get into that later on. Moving on. Tiger Woods finally made the cut at the Open. This was the first time since 2014. I mean, he's been out since what?
Yeah.
For like 8 years anyway. But anyway, he is even right now, and he is 6 behind the leaders, Zach Johnson and Kevin Kisner. Now, also Phil Mickelson is at even as well, and Jordan Spieth is 3 under. What say you about Tiger Woods? Is this?
Let's say there's nothing going on Sunday, but the WNBA and everybody will be tuned in to watch Tiger Woods. I mean, simple as that. He'll play a good tournament. He'll suck into, then play. I mean, the inconsistency is been there over the last year, since he's been back. But let's say that this could be a start of something that it can be a little more consistent as far as his players concerned. So we hoping.
And me and the Intellectual, we always say that. I mean, he was out for a while, so it's going to take time. Hopefully this is the start of it, where he's starting to get in that rhythm. And he doesn't need to win. We want him to win. The fact that he's 6 back is great, but we want him to win. But if he could just finish 3 behind or something, just finish. Finish, bro.
But the bigger question is, who is Zach Johnson and Kevin Kisner? I mean, to be behind them guys, I don't even know who that is.
Zach Johnson is nice. He got a nice game, but I feel you though. It's like
you know what I mean. And then if Jordan Spieth is
3 back,
3 back, Tiger 3 behind him, I'm like.
But to me, that's good though, because Spieth is a beast. Yeah. Usually these tournaments have that one guy we don't know.
Right. Well, Kevin definitely we don't. Yeah. I thought it was Kevin Costner for a minute when I was reading. I thought it was a misprint.
Kevin Costner out there balling.
I was like, wait, this a celebrity golf tournament?
And Tiger's still behind? Look, and Tiger's still behind, too, in a celebrity golf tournament.
Exactly. But we praying for Tiger Woods.
Yeah, man. Moving on. St. Louis Cardinals.
Matt Carpenter.
Matt Carpenter. Man, I'm kind of sick about this first because this is against my beloved Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
But he tied a record with 5 extra base hits, which included 3 home runs and 2 doubles. Okay, I'm gonna come out and say it.
7 RBIs. Give him his credit.
7 RBIs.
Right.
I mean, but honestly, bruh, you should have had 12 RBIs with. Come on, man. 3 home runs and 2, and maybe that's not his fault. That's his teammates' fault. But, bruh, you got 3 homers and 2 doubles. You only had 7 RBIs. Like, what's up with your teammates? They still beat us.
Somebody got to get on base.
They beat us 18-5. But my thing is Chicago Cubs. I know we're stand-up type of ball club. I understand that, but we're playing against our rival, I should say. Why didn't nobody beat him? But anyway, I know that's horrible.
Yeah,
that's old school, though.
Yeah, that is.
That's old school. Beat him.
That's pretty old school.
But Matt Carpenter's a good guy, so you know.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Anyway, moving on, the Miami Dolphins owner Stephen Ross came out and said that. Well, first of all, y'all heard about the situation with Miami Dolphins. They came out with a proper anthem conduct, and they said that basically they were going to fine anybody who. Right. That's how it came out.
Right.
Anybody who protested.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mr. Ross came out and said that the proper anthem conduct is a 1-sentence listing potential punishment, which was only intended as a placeholder, which they had to do.
Right.
And basically they had to present an overall discipline policy prior to start of rookie camp. Are you buying this?
Not really.
I do. Only reason why I say I do is because when it came out, if you really look at it, it just says it's a possible. Which he was like, I mean, everybody had to come out with something.
I agree.
But I agree with you. I feel you. And I'm going to say this because I'm going to move to the next one. Because the New York Giants owner, Steve Tisch, came out and said that the Giants supports their players and won't punish anyone who protests during the anthem.
Exactly. So, and this is my point. So it's like you making $250 million. You won't pay us guaranteed money. At least you can fight for what we're trying to fight for as a football team.
Right.
If they're asking you to choose sides, choose the people that you paying.
Right.
Or choose, well, I'm not going to say that, but choose the people that you're paying non-guaranteed money to.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, everybody could have did what Stephen Tisch did for the Giants and say, look, we're not going to punish our players. And, yeah, now the NFL has to put a freeze on the anthem stand because of this situation.
Yep. I know. You're right, man.
So,
and then last but not least, quickly, Andrew Luck is clear from throwing the special ed footballs for training camp. So he's cleared to be on the training camp. What you guys say about that?
As my dear cousin would say, don't talk me to death, walk me to death. So until you show me, I'm not believing it.
Yeah, because if I see him throw another
Nerf football,
38-pound football, and yeah, something wrong with that.
Yeah, man.
But hopefully, man, he's back. You know, I said he was he's close to getting the garbage tag. Yeah, so
I mean, his dad getting more jobs. I mean, this is his 3rd job in a year, right? Or the last 2 years,
right.
Or something like that.
Right.
I mean, his dad getting more work than he's putting in.
I'm gonna tell you, look, you better do something, or you get on that garbage list.
Exactly,
because you right there on that garbage list.
He got what, $87 million guaranteed?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He ain't been able to back it up yet.
Throwing that big football talking about, can a caveman do this or whatever them commercials.
Exactly.
Geico commercials. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Hello, I'm Crystal Dayon, and this is your sports news break. The Atlanta Braves started the second half of the season with an 8-5 win on the road against the Washington Nationals. Ronald Acuna went 3 for 4, including his 8th home run of the season. The Big Three played in Miami, Florida on last night as the three-headed monsters stay undefeated with a win over Three's Company. In the game of the week, Tri-State, Killer Threes, and Power all won their matchups as well. Atlanta United are at home to face the Montreal Impact this afternoon at 3 p.m. The United are looking to get back to their winning ways after a tie this past Sunday. NFL football is back as the Atlanta Falcons start training camp on next Friday. The Chicago Bears and the Baltimore Ravens started training camp on yesterday. Make sure to follow the 3-Point Conversion for all your major sports news updates. It's where fans' opinions matter.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
This is Av Stanley, senior writer for the 3-Point Conversion, and you know I'm listening to Mr. Controversy and D Intellectual on the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Tell them what's going on.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with my man H.O.
What up?
And this next segment, the hot topic, is brought to you by Cindy Cuts Barbershop, located on 3000 Chapel Hill Road, Suite 206 in Douglasville, Georgia. Great barbershop. Say it again. It's a great barbershop. Everyone can cut in there. It's not going to be that one guy waiting for one barber, I should say, chair open. You won't have that. Good time talking sports, politics if you want, about the community, about what old girl look like. Nah, just playing. Barbershop stuff. It's just what it is, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's that mix of that old school and that new school, man. It's great stuff, man. It's definitely about the children. Make sure you check them out. Shout out to Dwayne Chambers. Make sure y'all definitely look him up. And he is also on Instagram at Simhad the Barber, SIMHATHEBARBER. Great barber, the best barber on the East Coast. And once again, man, I want to give a big shout out to the homie Z. He doesn't like to take credit, but that's the man right there. And shout out to Brian too. What up, B? It's my man. All right, y'all. So this is called the Hot Topic. And this is hot. It's been a hot topic for a while. So if you all have been paying attention, Julio Jones been wanting a contract. He wanted a new contract, and him and Falcons been going back and forth. Now, true enough, Julio just signed his last contract like 3 weeks ago, and now he wants a new contract. I'm just kidding. He got like 3 years left on his, you know what I'm saying? But right. Anyway, but still, I feel him. I mean, he wants a contract. He's like, he took the front end. He got all his money front loaded. Like all of his money was in the first 3 years. But now he's like, what he's getting paid? How much?
Well, it was a $47 million guarantee with a $71.2 million 5-year contract. And basically, he got his roster bonus, signing bonus, and his salary bonus in the first 2 years of the contract. And now he has no more guaranteed money left. So he has to play the last 3 years of this contract with no guaranteed money. And that is the issue that, in my opinion, that he has a problem with, is there is no guaranteed money that is left on the last 3 years of the deal. So he's trying to make some edits and adjustments, and this is not Facebook or iPhone or Samsung where you can just go and edit things like you want to. This is not that kind of deal. So,
Look, but I want to say this, and I got on him last time. I'm like, bro, you got all of your money. If you spent it all, that's your fault. But it's much deeper than that, though, honestly, because, which we mentioned a little bit earlier about, we talked about how players want more guaranteed money.
Right.
It's a business. Mm-hmm. And we see how they do things. Now, for the Atlanta Falcons, I understand how they feel. I do. So with this hot topic, I want to talk about when is the perfect time for loyalty and business. And the reason why I say that is I definitely want to bring up another situation. Then we'll get back to this Julio.
Go ahead and tie it together. I like this.
DeMar DeRozan. We all know about this trade, but we're not even going to talk about who won or who did. We're going to talk about just DeMar DeRozan and the loyalty. DeMar DeRozan gave his heart and soul to Toronto. As a matter of fact, he made Toronto. No one wanted to go there. Everybody's wondering why is this team still up in Toronto. But he came in. Then nobody played this guy. Then nobody played. Then nobody know who this guy was. He came in, he playing, and won a dunk. Did he won a dunk contest? I think. No. Well, he was in it. He was in it. Yeah, he was in it. Made a face for himself, name for himself. Next thing you know, he started balling. This kid has game. Now all of a sudden, Toronto Raptors are like number 1, number 2 in the Eastern Conference for the last 2 to 3 years. So after he gave his heart and soul to Toronto, they traded him for Kawhi for basically 1 year. That was it, because they know Kawhi's more than likely he's going to leave. No, so the loyalty is not there. Then let's go here. And then we can talk about all of that.
Chop it up, right.
Then Le'Veon Bell, different situation. Everybody's been talking about Le'Veon with him. He's winning his contract and winning his money. He wanted, $17 million, I think?
Somewhat. Yeah,
something like that.
He wanted to get paid like a wide receiver.
Wide receiver, yeah. He's like, I don't think that running backs get their fair treatment. Even though, yes, some might only play 5 years, but as special backs played 10 years and were productive. And Pittsburgh wouldn't give it to him. So he said, don't worry about it. This is my last year. I'm out. So you look at all of that, different situations. Julio already got his money. Mm-hmm. Julio is saying, can I have more money? I've showed you what I could do, but I want more money. DeRozan, it wasn't even about money. DeRozan got paid. DeRozan wanted to stay.
Yeah, they maxed him out.
Yeah, with a team that he built, that he made a name for, but they let him go. And then with Le'Veon, he wants more money, and which he's in his prime. He's only 26, and everything he's done, he's been the best back since he's been in the league, right, in my opinion. And everything he's done, they're saying, no, we're not going to give you that money. So he's bouncing. So after all of that, when do you think, or I'll ask you this first, do you think in each of these situations, the Falcons, the team, do you think the team is wrong? They're all wrong in each of these situations? Or do you understand one or two of them? Or whatever?
I think all three situations are different. And I think that a lot of times when we look at these situations, we only look at these situations on the surface and not really look at it in deep, deep detail. In football, because of the way that it's structured with non-guaranteed contracts, you run the risk of being good, and this is the curse of being good because you have to pay so many players with non-guaranteed contracts. If these contracts was guaranteed, we're not even having this conversation. But the problem is with the Falcons is that they have to hold ground because they can't afford to not pay the other players that they have coming up. So the loyalty in this situation, as far as I'm concerned, is this is business. And let me just say this off the rip. When you get into making millions and millions and millions of dollars, it's always business first. Mm-hmm. Always business first. So when you go into it, keep your feelings out of it. When you go into it, let's not put loyalty up in front of business, because it's always business. It is what it is. So with the Le'Veon situation, well, is he loyal to the Pittsburgh? Well, he got to be loyal to his family as well. I mean, right. It is what it is. You got to be loyal to his family. You talking about, if you're not going to guarantee me a guaranteed contract like I feel like I'm deserving because of the value of it, then I have to do what I have to do because of what my family situation could be or possibly be. So if I take less money, am I disloyal to my family now? Because when you look at that Isaiah Thomas situation, let's keep it real. You go from $200 million possibly to what he making this year, G? $2 million?
2.1.
2.1 million? How do you think his family is feeling? I mean, that's generation wealth. Generation wealth. So that situation alone makes this more of a magnifying glass to all situations that's possible. It's like, get it while you can.
Yeah. And that's, like I said, it's between loyalty or business. Now, the Rosen situation is so different because
that was
he
a
got
little
paid. They just
he could have left and went to L.A. 2 years ago.
Yeah,
he could have went back home 2 years ago.
But he is purported to be such a loyal guy, and free agents aren't going to come to Toronto. Not big name free agents.
Right.
Not someone even of his stature is going to come to Toronto. Because they're considered that, okay, it's in another country. The taxes that you have to pay for living there or working there.
Well, you get free healthcare.
That offsets the tax thing,
exactly.
I guess.
So you're really paying taxes. Paying for healthcare.
But I guess just not knowing so much about the city. I mean, all you know about Toronto is what Drake and Justin Bieber.
Right.
You know, it's not something you feel like you want to be associated with.
They say the French toast is pretty good, but that's just what I hear.
Yeah. And their donut place, Tim Hortons, is a better chain than Krispy Kreme.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, to your point, Ralph, it's like that's a whole different situation. That sort of reminds you of a situation with Danny Ainge and Isaiah Thomas, because that's almost like the music business. It's so cutthroat, and you have to make moves and say the things you need to say to get the players to buy in or whatever the case may be, and all of a sudden, you're gone. Now I can't, and we hadn't found the quotes for Mr. What's my man name, G? For Toronto. Yeah, Yuri. Yeah. So we hadn't found the quote yet to exactly what he actually said that was the miscommunication for DeRozan. But if
you could find that, we could play. Because he said something like, it was like, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to, he didn't say, he said something like move forward. But it was like, we're going to because he asked him about the trade talk. And that's what DeRozan asked him. And go ahead, you got it?
He said that this is in the press conference yesterday. He said, we spoke. I think maybe my mistake was talking about what we expected going forward from him. So not necessarily talking about a trade, but what I expect from him going forward. And I think that's where the gap is.
Come on, bro.
Well.
No, I expect this from you going forward. That means.
He also said, in my job, I always assume we're going forward with the team that I have. If there was a miscommunication there, I do apologize to DeMar and his family and his representation.
Let me get to stop it, bro.
He apologized.
He apologized, but let me get he apologized after it happened. What is apology gonna do? So we gotta go, but just real quick, I'll let you get the last word. Tied it into Julio once again. We're in Atlanta. Quickly, just your last words on how you feel about it.
Julio just got to man up. I mean, point blank, man up. You sign the contract. You can't go into a contract the first 2 years and just want more money. You haven't even outlived half the contract yet.
Right.
I mean, you just got to man up, man, and just be a boss about it. And this is going to show some leadership as far as I'm concerned to what type of leader he is to the brotherhood to see exactly what's going on because you got kids watching, you got people watching and things of that nature. So, Julio, man up, man. The Falcons did the right thing.
Wow. That's a Falcons fan.
And I know we didn't get to it, and it probably wasn't even considered, but consider Yogi Ferrell's contract with the Mavericks.
Yeah,
backed
that's
out the
right.
last second because he was actually not going to get the money that it was. He had an unguaranteed second year, but he could have made more if he signed the first one. So that he backed out. Now he's on the Kings.
The guaranteed money is
Well, that too, and then we're gonna probably do this next week. We're gonna do a segment on why do everybody keep doing this to Dallas. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Diana Taurasi from the Phoenix Mercury, and you're listening to the 3 Point Conversion Radio.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
What's up? This is Anthony Hamilton, and you're listening to the 3 Point Conversion.
Yes, we are back inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And real quick, I want to play, Big Three had games last night, and Mr. Crystal, Diana talked about it earlier, but got a chance to ask Ice Cube about, this happened last week with Nate Robinson and Metta World Peace getting thrown out the game, and I asked him this question.
Talking to people who watched the game this past weekend, and the ejections that happened to Metta World Peace and Nate Robinson, most people said it really showed that it wasn't just like street ball. It was actually a league, and it was certified. My question is, has it been more of an emphasis to have the refs be in control of the games this year?
Yes. We want the refs to, make sure nobody get hurt, make sure the games don't get out of hand. Our games are pretty rough. So we got to, refs got to control the games. And, so we have put an emphasis on that. We'll continue to put an emphasis on better officiating to ensure better play. So, we don't want street ball because we would have left it in the street. We wouldn't have brought it into the arena. We want professional 3-on-3 basketball. And 3-on-3 is, we admit it is different than 5-on-5, but it's not that much different. So a foul is a foul, and a tech is a tech. And you get 2, you're gone. you kick the ball into the stands, you're definitely gone. And so, that was how we expected our officials to control the game. And, when it comes to that, they did what we expect of them.
All right. Once again, that was Ice Cube talking about the ejections. And real quick, you look at that league, man, it's taking off, whatever. I think Meta World Peace taking ownership of it. But I think it's cool that he did that because it's not just looked at as street ball. You know what I'm saying? It's a league. It is. So I think that's cool. Now going into the NBA league, once again, we're gonna bring this trade up, but now we're gonna talk about the trade. And I really hadn't said anything about it as of yet, especially not on Facebook. I think I put something on Instagram. That was it, but not really. I didn't really dive into it. And honestly, my take is with All-Star, yes, I think DeRozan is a wrap. He has to average. We were talking about this. He has to average 26, 27.
G, you think he'll be All-Star in the West?
It's going to be difficult.
That's what I figured.
Only because he'll be listed as a guard, and all the guards are lumped in together. So he has to get past all the point guards too, as far as voting.
Exactly.
But if he averages 25, 26 a
That's
game,
what I said. I think he can.
he won't be voted a starter.
It's a popularity thing. That's what I'm saying.
It'll be up to the coaches to put him on.
Right.
Yeah.
Better hope Pop got some influence.
Right. Right. So I think that besides that, I think he can average 25, 26. And he's with a better coach, far better coach, a better system. He's a better scorer than Kawhi. He doesn't play defense now, but he's a better scorer than Kawhi. And he does have help. To me, as a whole, Toronto looked good, but that's because they were in the East.
Right.
And Toronto played well, but mainly because of him. When they played the West, they played well. But he has some pieces there, especially with LaMarcus Aldridge. And I don't think LaMarcus is going to disappear in the playoffs like Lowry. Now, on the other side, it's funny because people say that Kawhi was upset that going to Toronto and he was saying he might not play, but meanwhile he's taking a picture with management of Toronto.
We hadn't heard any of these.
We never hear anything.
Yeah, he don't talk.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't say anything. Yeah. So I think that the trade with him, it works because first of all he gets what he wanted. He got what he wanted. He wanted to get out of San Antonio. He's probably going to sign with LA next year. But now he has a chance to win the championship. And
who has a chance to win the championship?
Toronto. I'm sorry, go to the finals.
Oh, okay.
He has a chance to go to the finals. Let me switch that up. Sorry. He has a chance to go to the finals. And I think because, yes, DeRozan is a better scorer, but Kawhi is a better player. And as quiet as kept, even though he's quiet, I think on the floor he's a better leader because of his play. And it might inspire
He is
Kyle.
Considered the best two-way player in the league, healthy. Kawhi is.
Yeah. I hate that term. He's considered one of the best players in the league. I hate two-way.
Right.
Oh, I hate that.
He's a great defender and a great offensive player. So, but the thing about it is that I think he has an opportunity because LeBron leads the East, and healthy, I think he could possibly be top 2-3 player in the East at this moment. And if he fits into the Toronto system or whatever the case may be, he can go to the Eastern Conference Finals and possibly the finals.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about it is, I think Toronto is when you look at it from their side, they are taking an opportunity to say LeBron leads. We won 59 games last year, and we added Kawhi Leonard. Let's see what we can do with this situation at least half the year.
Right.
If it's not looking good, I think they can actually try to trade Kawhi to the Lakers and get back Josh Hart and Brandon Ingram. In my opinion. Now, that would be the chess move.
But I don't think Lakers are going to do that. Why would they do that? I mean, they can say we want to win the championship, but
if the Lakers are in a situation where they can vie for something, it could possibly happen.
Do they have? But would they have the cap space for that?
I mean, if you do a trade, I mean, they have to add some more. You know,
I mean, Hart not making money lately. They have to send somebody.
They have to probably add
money.
another team to it or whatever the case may be.
But I think Lakers would be smart enough to be like, nah, we're not. We good. We're good next year. I mean, Golden State probably won't. They won't last like they're going to last. So,
but if Toronto is the number one team coming out, the Lakers are probably afraid that he may sign back with them.
True. And that's what I'm saying, that might happen.
You know.
So I want to talk about another trade that affected the NBA too. The Oklahoma City Thunder traded Melo to the Atlanta Hawks for Dennis Schroeder, Mike Muscala. Mike Muscala, I think, went to Philadelphia. And some other players, I mean.
Justin Anderson came to the Hawks, three-way deal.
Kind of irrelevant. But
right.
Either or, the Hawks are saying they're going to buy out. You know,
as they should.
As they should. They should. So now that they're buying out Melo is known that well, it's rumored, but basically Melo saying he wants to go to Houston. Miami, the only other team he'd go to.
Mm-hmm.
So if he goes to Houston, what type of effect will that have?
If Melo can accept the fact that he's not the number one guy, not even the number two guy in Houston.
But I don't think that was the problem in OKC. I think the problem was the way they used him. They used him as primarily a jump shooter. He didn't really post up. He didn't get to isolate. Houston, yes, everybody's a jump shooter, but Houston's going to give him a chance to isolate.
Well, I mean, I think it's a good fit, but
and they're boys.
I'm not going to give you the ball like you want the ball. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
The ISO numbers are not going to be in the 20s. You might get 5 or 7 ISOs per game, but mostly you need to be ready to catch and shoot or whatever the case may be, because Harden or Paul will have the ball most of the time, and you've seen the effects of Eric Gordon, Ariza, who's no longer there, and PJ Tucker, who's I guess open jump shots has become his thing.
Right.
So he would definitely have to get used to doing that.
Mm-hmm. Just to go back, I was trying the trade machine thing, and you could trade Kawhi to the Lakers for Brandon Ingram, and if you could convince the Raptors to take Luol Deng's contract.
And if the Raptors do that, as DeRozan, oh yeah, he might go to jail if that happens. So I don't. It might. No, I ain't gonna play with that. But
as far as Melo fitting in with the Rockets, it's just a matter of have things changed with D'Antoni,
right?
Because maybe it would seem as if Carmelo drove D'Antoni to quit the Knicks. But now with this isolation-heavy offense that he's playing now, Melo should apparently fit in.
I just think that with the New York Knicks, that situation was horrid because Amari Stoudemire didn't play to his potential because of injuries. Then after that, we had my son Jason, Crystal Dayon, and G playing on the team with Melo. And Melo had to do everything, and he was tired. He was fed up. They weren't winning. It's different when you're winning. And then, too, you got to understand CP3 is that peacemaker that came in, look, bro, is right. And honestly, who all thought that CP3 would fit there?
Yeah, we was on record like, we don't know if that's going to work.
Like, what in the world? What in the heezy? Yeah, we didn't think that was going to happen.
Right.
But it did, And I think because of that, you look at how or what it displayed. I think Melo was like, you know what, I can go there, and I think it will work. You know,
I think Houston works out for him better.
Yeah, and I think so. But
G might want him to go to Miami because they on Facebook Live saying Miami might be a better fit.
I don't care.
So look, we're going to take a quick break. But if he goes to Houston, how much do you think he averages? What's a good average? Real quick,
12 points.
I think 19.
He won't get 19.
19.
He can average at least 20.
Yeah,
Chris Paul does. So Chris Paul doesn't have to score.
Right. He doesn't.
He
have
making
to.
$40 million a year. He gonna have to score.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
This is Sam Freeman with the Atlanta Braves, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
What's going on, everybody? It's Mike Patton, a.k.a. The General. And on my Saturday mornings, I got my feet kicked up, chilling, listening to my boys, The Intellectual and Mr. Controversy, ripping in the lounge.
It's time to get in the mind of Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual with What's on My Mind.
And first question I have is, Randy, you have all the accolades, wide receiver can have, second in most receiving TDs in the NFL. With all of that, and you didn't get that Super Bowl ring, now that you're inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, does that fill that void or at least heal that wound if there is one?
No, I mean, I think at a young age I came into the league with, I guess my head not really screwed on my shoulders properly. And then as I went on, just really understanding that it wasn't just a game, it was a business. So for me, not receiving a Super Bowl ring, receiving a Hall of Fame jacket, I just think that when I look into my life and understand when I started this journey, it really doesn't mean much to me as I think it means much to the people that really helped me get all the way to the top. I was never a selfish person, never a selfish player. And I think just the more that I seem to open, myself up to people, because I would really say I was more, not to to myself, but not stuck on myself, but just more, just a homebody type guy. And like I said, the more that I've opened up over the last couple of years, just being able to see, how many people and how many lives that I was able to touch, not even knowing. And when I look at, the Super Bowl ring, I think it's great for a team goal, but, being able to put on this Hall of Fame jacket with, all the NFL greats, the guys that paved the way for us to be able to play this game, be able to make the money that we're able to make, and to do the great things that we're able to do, I think for me to be able to put a jacket on not just speaks for me, this speaks about the journey and the people that helped me get along, the people that helped me get there along the way, and also the people that I've touched, man. So, like I said, over the last couple of years, been able to open myself up and been able to meet more people, be able to travel the world. And like I said, man, football here in America is a very powerful sport. And just being in that gold jacket, hopefully I can just be able to continue to reach people and continue to do great things.
That was Randy Moss. Got a chance to ask him about his him getting inducted or getting that knock for the Hall of Fame. So this next segment is What's on My Mind, and it is brought to you by Sucker Free Life LLC. Make sure you use your truth for your life to be free, because everyone can be sucker free. Make sure you check out his apparel, and you can order it today on Facebook / Sucker Free Life LLC. Now, what's on my mind? I'm going to go quickly and kind of want to harp on not actually what Randy said, but actually talk about Randy Moss. I mean, that situation, you look at Randy Moss, what he did on the field, second in touchdowns. I mean, straight beast. His rookie year was ridiculous. But what he continued to do, and honestly speaking, he never had that star quarterback until he had Tom Brady. So great historically career to me. Well, not to me, it's what it is. But then you look at T.O. I mean, what can you say about his career? And you look at the two, I guess it looked like T.O. ruined some teams because we saw the outburst. But never got in trouble outside of football. Randy Moss did a lot of crazy things, squirted water on refs and everything. Act like he mooned Green Bay, which to me was no big deal. But he never got in. Well, he did get in. Well, he got in trouble because of fines, but never got in trouble outside of football. Randy got in first ballot. T.O. got in third ballot, I think. So honestly, just real quickly, I want to talk about the media, which is dear to me. Why? Because I'm part of the media. And I always say, and I've been saying that I've got into media because I didn't like how the media was portraying sports. And I felt like I can change it. So why did T.O. end up third ballot? Why did Chris Carter end up 20th ballot whenever he got in? I mean, it's he got in 6, by the way. I'm just joking, but it's like the media has so much control over sports today. We could tarnish someone's career or reputation just by writing an article. I'm gonna move away from football real quick. Look at Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was like the most hated guy in Major League at one point. Then he goes to San Francisco. He hits all these home runs. And all of a sudden, we love Barry Bonds. What? I'm going to bring up Jay Cutler. Now, Jay Cutler's attitude has a lot to do with it. But because of his attitude, Jay Cutler was just like, yo, just me. I'm not hurrah, hurrah. I'm not buddy. Media didn't like that. What did they do? They twisted his reputation. Now, all of a sudden, everybody hates Jay Cutler. So my point is, don't fall into that trap. And it's funny because it's like I'm talking about my cousin or somebody. But don't fall into that trap of believing everything you read or you hear about a player or a team because it's written or because it's reported. A lot of it has to do with opinion. That's what we write on opinions. Real quick, I'm gonna give you insight on writing. You have what is called a hard line story. You have what is called a soft line story. And I'm telling too much probably. But a hard line story is straight to the point. This what happened. This where it happened. This is how much he's getting paid. All facts. Nothing opinionated. You can't say it was great. You can't say words like love. Nothing. It's just facts. Then you have soft line stories, which you usually read about, where you see opinionated words like I. When you see I, that lets you know right then and there, unless it's in a quote. But if you see words like I, or we, or thought, liked, didn't like, those soft line. That's from a soft line article, which means that it's opinionated. Don't fall into that trap to where when you read a story like that, that is actually what's going on with that athlete. And that's all I'm going to leave it. Like I said, that's the only reason why I got into the media. Part of it is because of the way I felt the media was portraying sports, and I hate it. So I said I'm going to make a difference. I think I have. Hopefully I have, but that's what's on my mind.
Wow. Sound like somebody from a childhood did something to you. He stole your baseball bat in Little League.
Hey, man.
Hey, but listen, I agree wholeheartedly in what you said about the media. One reason I got into it was to give a factual perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So along with yourself and I think we have done a tremendous job in getting the what's really happening and what's going on. So what's on my mind, I'm going to go ahead and get into some of this Julio stuff that we talked about previously, and to tie it all together with the media. So when these stories come out, so many fans jump the gun and have opinions, but they have opinions about things that they have information that's this small. They don't have enough information to even have an opinion. And that becomes the problem. So you hear folks like a fan say, won't you pay Julio his money? He's top 3. You gave Matt Ryan $150 million. Get out your feelings. Because if you really looked at the situation, again, I want you to go to your job. You sign your contract for a record contract based on the value that is structured for what you do. Go to your job, sign a 5-year deal that is a record-setting deal. You set the market. 2 years into your contract, you're not satisfied. And go back to the people that you signed the contract with, which is your job, ask for more money, and tell me what they'll tell you. It's not going to happen. Now, unfortunately, this is why we got to go to the table as NFL players. You will see that they got to go to the table, because the problem is every position is slotted and marketed based on how the NFL deemed it to be. But guess who signed the contract? The players. The players signed the contract to say you can do it this way. So you can't fight it if you signed it already. So based on the structure of a wide receiver, this is how much I think you should get. You signed a contract to say that. So it's like that. So for all the people who keep saying, well, Julio top 3, you should pay him well, he was top 3 when he signed the 5-year deal, when he signed in the beginning. And that's no different. I mean, he got less touchdowns, but that's just, hey, that could be a number of reasons. But folks, either listen to this show or listen to my show on Wednesday. Get the facts before you start jumping off the ledge about what you think somebody else should do. And it's so easy to spend other people's money than it is your own. And that's what's on my mind.
That's the truth. I saw someone say jobs don't have contracts unless you're a contractor, not a good. But I think that's what he was saying, though. Just jobs when it comes to contracts. If it's that's
yeah. That means if they ain't signed a contract, you ain't making that kind of money.
Right, basically. So I'm with you, bro. And I said that in the beginning when it first came out. I'm like, how when this dude already signed, he played and he didn't provide what you thought. You can't get all of his money when you score 1.5 touchdowns in a season. Yeah, I said it. He scored 1.5 touchdowns in the season. Not give you anything else.
Yes. How about not signing the 2 cornerbacks who gave up all the touchdowns or who couldn't stop third? Well, I'm not going to get into all of it. Let's get off into it.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Tune your radio.
Tune in.
Now.
You can tune into this radio station on any smartphone or tablet.
iPhone,
Android,
BlackBerry,
Nokia,
Samsung,
Windows phones,
or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store.
Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy.
From over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com
or your app store.
What's good, family? I'm Marlon Sucker Free Jones, a Sucker Free Life LLC, and I'm locked in every Saturday to the best sports show on the planet, the 3-point conversion, where no team or no player is off limits. So let's talk sports, the best of the best, the worst of the worst, and everything in between. Can you dig that?
No mercy, don't let up on him. Go hard on him, Mr. Controversy. Hit him with the stop it button.
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. I want to thank everyone who is listening right now, who is supporting us, who have been supporting us, and even people that's not listening. Well, I guess they're going to listen to the podcast, but either or, I appreciate you all, man. We definitely recognize it, and we don't take it for granted. We appreciate your loyalty and your support, whether it's Facebook Live, you listen to the radio, whether it's just a, hey, man, keep doing what you're doing. I can't watch the show right now. I listen to the show, but I'll listen to it later, or sharing, whatever. We appreciate you. And I definitely want to give a special shout out to someone who's been a big supporter of the show, very supportive. He's been supporting the show. He listens to every show. He's usually listening to the entire show. And maybe not because he wants to, but because he's usually waiting to get a haircut since it's 6 a.m. But he's finally in the chair right now getting his haircut. Mr. Warren, finally, you're in the chair getting your haircut, sir. Appreciate you. But honestly, man, Warren, I appreciate you, man. You always give me support, man. You always he a diehard Falcons fan. Probably can't name the defensive line, but diehard Falcons fans, you root for him. And they try to give him a hard time, but he's with them all the time. And like I said, man, I appreciate the words, bruh. You always there and supporting me from day one, for real. Appreciate you, man. So now it is time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Yes, S-T-O-P, new word, I-T. Stop it!
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, H.O., you up first.
All right, man. This is always a great segment for me because I can just go down the list, and I'm gonna be real quick with mine. Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw two of them in there real quick. But to Mr. 45,
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Mr. 45, the one up in 1600, whatever the address is, up in D.C., that he's never there. But if I can get you to focus more on political issues rather than sports issues, I would really appreciate that. We don't really need your opinion. I know you still butthurt about not owning the football team back in the day because you did not get an approval. Now you feeling like you need to own the league by criticizing the NFL and suggesting that if a player kneels, he should be out for the game. And if he does it a second time, he should be out for the season.
Stop it.
Mr. 45, we really don't need your opinion.
Stop it.
Real quick before we move on, it has been reported that Joe Johnson, former Arkansas Razorback, former Atlanta Hawk, and we can probably keep going on with former, it was reported that he want to continue to play 1 or 2 more years, and he thinks he has 1 or 2 more years left. Joe Johnson has been stealing money from the NBA since 2001 or whenever he got drafted. He's been stealing money from the NBA. Please take your thieving behind back to Arkansas and just sit down and play pool because he wants to continue to play. He has something to offer.
Stop it.
Well put, my friend. Well put. I'm not going to say anything else. It's well put. My stop it moment is quick also. So, the Jacksonville Jaguars played great. And last year they've been playing great. Or they played great. Surprised everyone. So, defensive tackle Malik Jackson comes out and said, you know what? I think we're going 16-0. We're going to go 16-0 next year.
Stop it.
So sometimes when success go to your head, as great.
Stop it.
Look, as great as they are, as great as they were last year, you're still the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Stop it.
He said it last year too.
Did he? He did say that, and he got to stop it for it too.
Yeah. Yeah, we might have to give him a yield sign.
Yeah, for real. I think he's trying to be like JaVale McGee on. Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna conclude our Stop It segment. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Let me break down to y'all what's so dope about the 3-point conversion. First of all, everybody is a fan of the game first. Second of all, everybody is a student of the game second. And third of all, we're the average sports fan just like everybody else. We're not coming in here, walking with our nose tipped high, acting snooty, acting brand new. This is a grassroots organization. Bar none. The 3-Point Conversion, where fans' opinions matter. Be sure to visit the website www.the3pointconversion.com. Get your fix, get your articles, multimedia, and everything else that you, as a sports fan, need. So again, the3pointconversion.com. It's where it's at, man, where fans' opinions matter.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports,
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
entertainment,
Are you not entertained?
and other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
Sit back and relax. You're back in the 3-Point Conversion with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with my man H.O.
What up?
We have Miss Crystal Dayon in the building.
What's going on?
And this next segment is this really happening is brought to you by Salad Express, located in Roswell, Georgia, Alpharetta, Roswell, if you want to say.
Metro Atlanta.
Yeah, you could say Alpharetta, Roswell. I don't never understand why they...
The Metroplex.
Yeah, just Metro.
Yeah, Metro Atlanta.
Yeah, but out there 400, exit 8. But first of all, we'll start with Miss Crystal Dayon. What's going on this weekend? What you got?
Oh, man, this weekend it's an alumni reunion. Want to just say what's up to all my Albany State University alumni.
Got one sitting in the other room over there.
All right, wonderful seeing y'all last night, and hopefully I'll see y'all today.
What you got going on, man?
A little relaxation. My first job got it at me this week. But it couldn't stop me from come celebrating your birthday to this morning. You know. Just a lot of just chilling, man. Watching probably Tiger on Sunday.
Yeah, speak it.
Yeah, trying to see what kind of red Nike shirt he go sport this Sunday.
Right,
yeah.
right. We hadn't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, kick it with Cuzzo, man, and we go put one down on the stogie and just chill out.
What up, Cuzzo? What you got going on, G?
You know what I'm going to do.
Take a nap.
But today, actually, I have a podcast. By the time you hear this, we talk about music. And my co-host, Ben, today is his birthday as well.
Right.
But he's spending the day rehearsing. He plays drums for a church band. So he's spending all day rehearsing. He's not even doing anything. But, yes, I will be going home to take a nap.
All right. And I want to also remind you all, before we get into this segment, to check out the 3-Point Conversion podcast station. It's on Spreaker Radio. Definitely, you got to check out Mr. Damian Adams, the Battlegrounds champ. His show is every Tuesday evening. The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Then we have a new show coming out every Monday evening at 7. Every Monday evening at 7 is Brownstown. And this is a podcast about the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I saw that on the FB the other day.
I hate to be like this, but can I get a stop it? I'm just kidding. No, bro, I'm just kidding. The Browns going to be nice this year. I'm telling y'all. Yeah. But no, shout out to L.A. Broadus, the 3-point conversion insider who decided, I'm going to show everybody else my other talents. And my man, Mr. Eric's going to be there as well. They know their stuff, so check it out. All right. What you got, G?
All right, so this is this really happening segment? So I'm surprised this was neither one of these stories was a stop it, but I guess y'all were saving them for me. That's what I would assume here. This was found 2 stories, but they were the easiest 2 stories to use for this. So the first one, I'll ask you, Raph, when was the last time you played pickup basketball?
Yeah, I think since Honor from what's that show called? When he had a part in his head, Different Strokes was that was probably the last dog. It's been like 4 or 5 years, bro.
Okay, so when you're playing pickup basketball, when you were playing, if you got fouled, what did you do?
You call a foul, right?
Take the ball back out.
Right.
Take the ball out.
You call your foul.
Yeah, call your foul, right? Yeah.
Okay, so in Sterling, Virginia at an LA Fitness, a guy took it the next step.
It's so funny.
During a pickup basketball game last week, after a hard foul, one man decided to call the police.
Wait, what?
He called
I heard
the police.
I heard about this. Yeah.
So there was a Twitter user named @_Togs. He was documenting the incident, and he tweeted, "Today, for the first time in my life, I experienced someone call the police because they got fouled hard in basketball." And he said, "We thought he was joking till we saw Buddy at the front desk on the phone really calling the police." So the police arrived, and the police were talking to the 2 guys as if they had a fight in the 3rd grade.
Exactly.
So they, I couldn't find the 911 call, but I had heard it the other day, and the front desk clerk is on the phone with 911, but the guy who wanted to call the police is standing right there. And she's like, "Well, could you describe the guy who assaulted you?"
Exactly. I'm like wondering how she's handling this.
And it's like, "Yeah, he's 6'4", he's African American, and he's wearing a headband."
So the way you're talking, I already kind of know what gender he.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what
Are you serious?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
So a policeman did arrive, assuming that there was an actual fight. But he's talking to both guys, and he's the guy who called the police. He's like, "Well, he hit me on it was like a blindside pick or something like that."
Oh,
and the other guy's like, "Hey, I just made a basketball play, okay?" And and on the last play, you elbowed me in the face, so I had to do something. And there's also body cam footage. I was just like, why don't these guys why don't they just fight right now? If I was the cop, I was like, why don't y'all just take this outside?
Yeah, this is gonna be water cooler talk for the next 6 months at the police station.
Oh my God, this is a Christmas party story. Todd, can you tell that story again?
And the thing is, that's weird, is that the guy who called the police, he can't play basketball with that group anymore.
No,
because it was like a group of people they've been playing for a couple of years. He can't play with them anymore.
This is at the Y.
This is at LA Fitness.
Oh man, we have an LA Fitness in Douglasville that one of my movie going to. I can't even see that happening. Oh my God.
I'm just thinking about whoever was at the desk, when they were like, "I need to call the police. I've just been fouled." I'm just like.
He probably used the term assaulted, that he was assaulted.
And she probably was like, when she heard the story, was like, "What happened?" Describe the guy, and then as they started talking, she probably was like, "Okay, you had me called." She probably was looking at him like, "What?"
He'd have been better off just saying, "I'm calling a technical foul. Let me see. Let me get 2 free throws."
So is he on social media as you know how they've been saying like, hey, let's make him famous with
like a permit patty or
something
like that.
What can we give a name for him? What was his name? What did they have his name?
No, they didn't have his name.
Not yet.
They just had the guy who put it up on Twitter, only his name. But I don't know. Fouled Frank. I don't know.
Complaining caller or something like that. I don't know. Wow.
I can't wait for the memes.
I wonder who actually got the ball. Who got to take the ball out after the
right.
How did the game finish?
Did the game continue?
Did they finish the game? That is important though, because they keep score there, and people probably keep records and everything.
Right.
But there's, like I said, there's body cam footage, and the cop is asking, so do you want to file assault and battery charges against this man? And he's like, well, I don't want to because I'm afraid of retaliation. You already called the police. You may already get retaliated against without pressing.
I know a perfect name for him.
What?
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous? Almost Famous. Somebody whoever on Facebook right now, get on Facebook and start naming him that right now. Almost Famous.
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous.
Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, call the police on it. That's an option now. I feel like more people are going to be encouraged to use it, but
please stop wasting our tax dollars.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Even the cop was like, I've never been called for this reason before.
Bro, I just wonder how they finished the game, though, honestly. Like
that's my point. I'm like,
like, was it like when he got the ball, man, let this dude shoot, man. Go ahead, bro, go. And they just let him shoot? Or did he get Wow. I just remember, and I'll let you go after this. I remember playing, y'all, I know you play pickup ball. Y'all forget, we don't call it pickup ball. We street, but we play basketball, blacktop ball. And I remember playing with my best friends, and I remember one of my closest friends, he was on the opposite team, and he fouled somebody on our team. And when he fouled him, we thought it was, uncalled for it. We complained about it. Nah, man, I ain't mean it. Okay. Next time they got the ball, he went up for a layup. We came down like elbow and all. He was on the floor. He was on the ground for maybe like 5 minutes. We were just standing around like, we didn't even help him up or nothing. Like, and then after that, after the game was over, it was like, hey, man, y'all want to go to the Tilt or whatever to go play some video games? I mean, it was nothing,
So you committed a flagrant 3?
Yeah, it was. We should have got kicked out. We should have got the round of test treatment. For real, that's how hard we fought him. That's my dog. What up, Chris? Chris Ash. What up, man? All right, man. What you got next?
All right, so we're all familiar with the newly paid San Francisco 49er quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. And he was spotted earlier this week.
Sup?
He was spotted earlier this week on a date with a woman named Kiara Mia.
She get a muddy too.
And she is famous in her own right. She is an adult film actress. And she is actually also 15 years older than Jimmy G. And a website, xblaze.com. If you're listening, please search that in a safe area. Not on the work computer.
Hey, man. I'm giving my son in here. He like, oh, bet. I'm about to hit that up. Now, go ahead. Chuck is probably looking it up right now. Go ahead.
He has been, the website has offered him a sponsorship, an endorsement deal, basically.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
After seeing Jimmy G on a date with...
Wait, they offered him?
They offered him an endorsement deal.
Okay.
And there's no word as whether he accepted or not. But this has been in a lot of sports message boards about whether Jimmy G is lacking class as far as going on a date with an adult film actress.
He's a star quarterback right now.
Didn't the president?
Right.
Yeah, lacking class.
There you go.
Good call. But I'm saying, like, Joe Namath probably gave him a call, like, bruh, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it.
I guess it's just ironic, the timing of his newly signed contract.
Is he young enough to not notice she was a porn star? I mean, she's 50 years old.
I think he knows. Yeah. He has to know.
Well, if he just looks at her,
this is why he knows. He paid.
He what?
Whoa.
He paid
for the dinner.
Let's say that.
Yeah. Okay.
So
dinner. Yeah.
Okay. I want to raise my hand. So.
Okay.
You don't pay someone of that culture and take her out to dinner. I mean, this joker was walking.
I mean, she could have had a different package. That was the gold package.
But still, but why you going to dinner with her though? I mean, he had her cuffed, bro. He had her cuffed like she was the baddest. Like she was bad. Like,
well, that's part of the deal.
Right.
They go out on a dinner date.
Yeah, guarantees.
But the thing is, though, I don't. Well, let me shut up. Okay. Be quiet.
You've been out of the game for a minute, bro.
No, I was about to say something. I don't want to get in trouble when I get home, so I'll leave it at that. Okay. Wow.
Interesting. Did he cash app her or did it say
there was probably he probably got screened, like as far as there was a background check. He probably had to provide references.
Oh, okay.
As far as the transaction itself, there's no record of that. But this was a situation in which he paid probably up front.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Yeah, you're bugging. I'm gonna just end it like this. That I'm not taking you out. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna just leave it like this, and we're gonna go for a break. Mr. Dwayne S. Harrington, shout out to Dwayne, said that Drake baby mom.
Yes, exactly. Drake's baby mom is like she was a porn star, I guess, in like France or something. Yeah. So it's sort of a trend that these women are,
it's
paid.
Normalized almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's judging?
So I'm just like, exactly. That's why I'm just like, class.
Well,
the trendy. Listen.
Last thing, don't let Pusha T find out about Garoppolo because he might make a diss track on him. Just go in on him. But look, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Marcus Banks to the Big Three of the Ghost Ballers. You're listening to the Sports Lounge with my main man, Mr. Controversy.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
Sit back with me, the baseball antagonist. Pull up your favorite chair, grab a drink, and listen as Mr. Controversy helps us relax with his sports knowledge in the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, right here on the 3-Point Conversion Station.
you. And Ray, congratulations on making the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
And no problem. And I have a two-part question. The first part of the question is, looking at your career, knowing that you had all the accolades, Super Bowls, Super Bowl MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and you were told that you were going to be a future Hall of Famer, no doubt. But now, when you got that knock on the door and you're in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, do you still have that overwhelming feeling like, oh, my God, I can't believe this? And then the second part of my question is, what or which quarterback would you say was your, I guess, that you love to play against the most as far as competition-wise?
Yeah. Look, let me say this, right? From a child to a grown man and finishing out whatever I did in my career, man, like the butterflies in your stomach never leave. Like that knock on the door for me was like the first time ever getting my first jersey. You know, like when you ran home and you just wanted to put on your pads, you wasn't playing no game. You just wanted to put on your pads because you was a part of an elite team that you made it, right? And so it's almost like the same feeling that when you come back, it's like, what? I just, and I'm telling you, every day that I'm riding my bike, I'm working out or whatever I'm doing with my kids, that moment always comes back to me, man. So I think it never gets old. It never gets old. And so that feeling definitely remains in my stomach. The second part of your question is, you know, I think two of the quarterbacks that I love playing the most was always Brady and Manning. Look, those two guys were chess players, and any time that you had a chance to have that chess match, I mean, the weeks before, right, the game was one thing, but it was a totally different thought process, the preparation before the game. The checks that I knew they were going to make, I had to make. The adjustments they was going to make, I had to make those adjustments. And I'm telling you, man, like the greatest respect that we had for each other was every time each one of us walked off the field from each other, we always gave each other mad respect because we knew what it was going to come down to be. Yeah, great questions.
All right, yes, that was Mr. Ray Lewis, Baltimore Raven, great. Probably the greatest, well, not probably the greatest Baltimore Raven. And speaking of the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens and the Chicago Bears opened up training camp on Friday. And I want to talk about, they're the only two teams that, because they have to play in the Hall of Fame game. So kind of want to dive into those teams. And Horace, G, I want you all to come in and talk about, I'm going to ask y'all first. We'll start with the Ravens since we talked about them. What do you expect? Because Flacco came out and was like, look, I expect to win, and I don't see any quarterback controversy. This is my job.
Robert Griffin III, Lamar Jackson. Obviously, everybody is excited about Lamar Jackson because of what he brings to the table. They have been subpar ever since Ray has retired and things of that nature. It's going to kind of be tough. The identity of the defense has kind of gone down a bit. Offensively, Flacco has been a tad bit inconsistent as far as his accuracy and things of that nature. Really hadn't had any receivers, but from 2 days of practice, we are hearing that his throwing motion has gotten better, and that he's becoming a little more accurate. So I think with some good players around him, didn't Crabtree sign with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gets a tough receiver to kind of get him off or whatever the case may be. So I look for them to continue to battle in the division that they're in with the Steelers, Cincinnati, Cleveland. But I think they could possibly be around 8 or 9 wins, depending on if Le'Veon goes to comes in and play or whatever the case may be.
With the identity has clearly changed as far as since Ray Lewis retired and Ed Reed. This isn't anything that resembles the 2000 Ravens isn't there anymore. And you can even look at that 2012 team that won the Super Bowl as well. I think the only player that that's still on the roster as far as their defense goes is Terrell Suggs. And he's going into year 16. So who knows how much he is actually going to give you defensively. The new leader of that defense, I guess you would say, is C.J. Mosley, as far as someone who's a little younger. Offensively, Flacco has weapons. He has Crabtree. He also has Willie Snead that came from the Saints, and John Brown that came from the Cardinals. With their running game, they have Alex Collins and Buck Allen, but I don't know how effective their running game is actually going to be. I'm trying to remember who they had last year.
Collins was there last year as well.
Collins was there last year. Okay, yeah. So who knows how much he'll be able to provide as well. And it's just it kind of just looks like a bunch of guys. It's just a bunch of dudes on the team. 8-9 wins is possible. And I think we shouldn't be concerned so much with Lamar Jackson. Like I've said before, as far as like rookie quarterbacks getting on the field, they don't have to be on the field year one. Mm-hmm. So I'm not expecting to see Lamar Jackson. If I were the team, I wouldn't want to put him in any special packages. I just want him to study and learn the NFL game behind an established quarterback, because we don't know what we're going to do with Flacco going forward. I don't know if this is the last year of that 6-year deal that he signed after winning the Super Bowl, but this is a redshirt year for Lamar Jackson. It should be treated that way.
But I think with Flacco, with the injuries and everything, I just feel like I've said it on here before. They didn't give Flacco what he deserved, as far as they gave him money, but they never set Flacco up to be a true, I guess, great player, good player, whatever they thought they were getting, why they gave him that money. And it's not right. Like what is the last good receiver they've had? Like, and I'm not talking about Anquan Boldin, who was 45 years old. Mm-hmm. We're talking
Steve Smith,
who was
46 years old.
Right. He was still balling though, but still.
Torrey Smith, I guess, if you count.
Who was garbage. Like a true, even with Desmond Mason, by the time he got there, he was kind of on that older tip. Like they never gave him.
And what they're expecting now is that Brashad Perriman is going to take that next step.
Right.
But he's like 4th on the depth chart right now.
So, right. And that's what I'm saying. So, I don't know. So it's time. I think it's time for a new face to come on. Let Flacco go somewhere else where he can help a team, a veteran team. If your boy don't get it done in Jacksonville, let Flacco go there. That's all. It's easy. It's that easy. Now with the Chicago Bears, my beloved Chicago Bears, where do we see them? I just want to speak just quickly. Right now, I don't like that everybody's jumping on a bandwagon now or whatever, but the Bears right now, they're doing the opposite of what the Ravens are doing. They're going all in with Trubisky, which they should, because they drafted him. They traded. They got bamboozled, but I'm glad we have them. And you look at the pieces that they've acquired. They've gotten Allen Robinson. Hopefully, it depends on him, I think. But Allen Robinson,
Taylor Gabriel.
Then we picked up a couple of draft pieces, and I still think I want to see what Kevin White does because he's coming back. Huh?
Nick Williams.
Yeah, Williams, and even with the tight end,
Trey Burton.
We've made great decisions, but the thing is the fact that they bring in a coach who's offensive minded, and that's what I'm saying. It's like the ownership is like, you know what? Let's change the face and direction of this team, and let's go towards this young quarterback. Put all our marbles behind him. And that defense was a beat. That defense was ranked in the top 10 last year, and Chicago had like 7 guys out, 7 starters on IR. Then you get Raekwon.
But he's not signed.
We gonna sign him.
They almost got to stop it.
We better for real. That's to stop it right there.
You draft a first round pick, but you hadn't signed him yet. That's almost to stop it, really.
Stop. Yeah, give it to him. But what do you all see? What do you all see? Do you all see him?
Well, as far as the Bears, like offensively, I think that's something you have to do. You have to get an offensive coach if you have a young quarterback. If you draft a quarterback high, your head coach, you either have to have the best offensive coordinator you can get or a head coach that has the offensive acumen. With Nagy, I think we talked about this on SRT, is that he only called plays for 6 games last year, but I get he's the offensive mind that the Bears need if you're going to build around the quarterback. The quarterback position is so important. You gotta get it on the ground floor with drafting one, or because it's very rare that there is a top quarterback in free agency. So you got to draft one and develop one, and you can't miss if you're going to compete. So that's really why that hire was made. Trubisky has the weapons around him, and I think the offense is going to open up a little more. But with having John Fox and whoever their offense coordinator was, I don't know if Helfrich was there last year, but it's going to be limited as far as, like, he's a game manager. They're just going to run the ball, and he's going to throw the ball like 12 to 15 times a game, and it's really not opening anything up for their offense to make any plays, and you're depending more on the defense. So in this case, they made a play to, like, let's invest in our quarterback. And we're going to see what happens in year 1. But that's what that hire was for, and that's what signing Allen Robinson and Taylor Gabriel, drafting Anthony Miller, he's going to have, and signing Trey Burton. He has weapons. So we're going to see how that offense operates. They're going to try to win games by scoring points.
The weapons are there. And I see they went out and got also Chase Daniels as a backup.
That was a big pickup.
Big pickup.
When's the last time he played, though?
But it's not that. It's to have a veteran quarterback behind him.
It's almost like having an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, you need that for a young quarterback. That's why I said that was a big pickup. It wasn't about him getting on the field. You just don't want another young quarterback behind him that.
Now, he's familiar with Nagy, and so is Tyler.
Right, he
exactly.
is, right.
Yeah. So this looks like a Philadelphia Eagles trend when you look at all the pieces. Young quarterback, surrounded with good defense. You take a great offensive mind and you tailor the offense around a young quarterback. It looks very, very familiar and similar to what Philadelphia has done. But the Packers is in that division. And Aaron Rodgers is coming back with a chip on his shoulder. And you also have the Minnesota Vikings that is also in that division who has the talent, and you saw what they did last year. So, with that being said, the Bears can be good, but can they be Minnesota Packers good in that division?
And you know what? I'm going to go by what you just said. When you look at Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm not comparing us to the Eagles, but I'm saying when you looked at the Eagles, yes, it was a suspension involved, but we thought the Redskins and the Cowboys would be that team.
I see where you're going.
And it's like And not even just that. We just didn't see Philadelphia Eagles. And I knew Philadelphia could be better.
Right.
But I didn't see them being what they became. So, in saying that, I don't expect the Bears to go in and go to the Super Bowl. But at the same time, I think they're good enough. It is just progression. That's what you want.
Right.
And I think that's what the Philadelphia Eagles look for. And all of a sudden, it's just like with the Falcons.
Right. But I think to your point was, or is, and to G's point, it's going to all come down to, is Matt Nagy a Doug Peterson?
And I'll say this. When Nagy came in and when he said, the first thing he said to the team was, I want everybody to be, you have to be obsessed with what you're doing. Obsessed with your position. Obsession is the key. If you're obsessed with your craft and with your position, everything else will take it. When he said that, what? That don't sound like a young coach. But you hear something like that? That's the opposite of what's the New York Giants head coach saying that McAdoo, I'm not a motivator. I'm not here to motivate my players. Get on out of here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Radio.
Tune in.
Now.
You can tune in to this radio station on any smartphone or tablet.
iPhone,
Android,
BlackBerry,
Nokia,
Samsung,
Windows phones,
or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store.
Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy.
From over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com
or your app store.
Hey, what's going on, sports fans? It's the 2018 Battlegrounds champion, Damian Adams, from The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Now, you can catch my show weekly on the 3-Point Conversion station on Spreaker Radio. But for right now, I'm doing what everybody else should be doing, and that's listening to Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual in the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
You're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
It's coming close. I'm telling y'all, it's coming. Battlegrounds is coming back. You just heard Damian Adams, Battleground champ. He's waiting for his winner. Still got to get him and Kyle Clinton. That's the one who won it. That's the guy who won it the year before. Got to get them to battle. But will you battle?
I'm not really a battle.
You know your stuff though, man.
Yeah.
But the battle, you're not like, yo, he wrong because no, you just talking.
Yeah. But it's kind of different when you kind of explaining things, and you know, I have to develop a different type of ego,
right?
For battle
I got
rapping.
you. I got you.
I guess I got to watch more Charlie clips.
I got you, man. So look, this is MLB baseball talk right now. This is
I battle in baseball.
You bet. See, I mean, we asked like because this. Let me let everyone know. No holds barred. We asking questions. You know sports. You know sports.
Yeah.
No baby.
Baseball.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But real quick, this past
week.
Monday, we saw the home run derby, which is great. It was good for him to win, even though he got cheated. But I mean, come on, dog. You gotta Bryce Harper. You have his father have to wait till the home run touches. The ball was in the air. This joker throwing pitches.
Don't fault him because of he's hitting the ball like very far.
He gotta wait. He has to wait. And then what's up with his father throwing sinkers and sliders and curveballs?
It looked like he was throwing them He's throwing them inside so he can pull them to right field.
But he was throwing them to the point. What's the name was there?
Well, everybody has their own. Everyone has their own.
I know that's what I'm saying. Though. It was just funny to see Harper jumping out the way.
The bottom line, he needed to improve that 214 batting average. How about that?
Right. But anyway, Manny Machado. First of all, Atlanta Braves. They came back with a win yesterday.
Yep.
Quickly, what do they have to do?
Get some more pitching. The Dodgers?
No, the Braves.
Oh, the Braves. I'm sorry. I'm reading other stuff. Well, get more pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Sanchez continues to do what he needs to do, and Ronald Acuña, they moved him to the leadoff spot. Great night, a triple away from the cycle. I think they will leave him there, but I do want to touch on this with you and G, but we're going to have to talk about this in another baseball segment. As far as leadoff hitters, it has changed.
Yep.
The leadoff hitters are almost the home run hitters. The 1 and 2 hitters in the lineups. Listen, at the Matt Carpenter hit 3 home runs last night. He leadoff hitter. Charlie Blackmon for Colorado, he's a 20 home run hitter. George Springer, we already know what he does. Francisco Lindor from Cleveland, another 25 home run hitter. He leads off. Now the Braves has caught on to what the trend is in baseball, putting a speedy home run guy in the top of the lineup and also batting another home run hitter second, which is obviously actually left the game last night with a tight hamstring.
Well, it has changed to where you want your leadoff hitter, if he has speed, great,
right,
but you actually want him to have some power as well.
Yep.
You almost want to put your most balanced hitter in the leadoff spot and your second most balanced hitter in the second spot. Like there are no more Wade Boggs type players.
A Rod Carew.
Right.
So what y'all think about quickly Joe Madden going the opposite. You know, Joe Madden, when he gets to his methods, that's what I love when he does this, because that means we're going somewhere.
Right.
When he's putting Rizzo at the leader.
Listen, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But he's not even speedy though.
G said
trying.
Ain't nobody stealing bases either.
Like with a pitcher, when you see a lineup, you look at that first guy like, okay, he has speed. We got to look out for this. But if you put up someone who could hit a home run, and whoever he has behind him, you have to change your strategy.
Right.
And if you don't have time to change your strategy, something bad could happen.
But you know why they move him to the top, right?
Yeah.
So they can see more at bats.
Yeah.
So it used to be the third hitter was your best hitter. Now it's the second hitter because Aaron Judge has moved to the second spot in the Yankees lineup. Altuve, we don't want to talk about him. We already know what he's done. So, and Albies for the Braves, he's a 20 home run hitter, and he excels in that number 2 spot. So you get more at bats. So that's why Madden.
Yeah, it's funny because, like you said, when we grew up, it was the best hitter or the home run hitter was always the cleanup.
The third, Zach Clark, Tommy
Hurd.
It
was always cleanup
when
I was little. But yeah, then they moved him to third, now second. Now next thing you know, they're gonna be hitting 8th. So, but real quick, Mr. Machado.
Yep.
L.A. Dodgers. It happened.
2 hits last night, 2 walks.
This is the Kawhi Leonard of baseball right now. What did he do again? Say that one more time.
2 hits, 2 walks.
So,
and he's batting second.
I think he wants to be in L.A. though.
Huh?
I think he wants to be in L.A. rather than Kawhi wanting to be in Toronto.
Right. True. But who said Kawhi didn't want to be in Toronto? Kawhi never said anything. But anyway, with Machado being there, does Manny Wood Part 2, does he catapult this team?
No, for the National League, and I already know where you're going with it, but Houston got 3 pitchers that has ERAs under 3. In order for them to win, you make this move to win the World Series, not to win the National League. Right? They don't have enough pitching to compete with Boston, Houston, or the Yankees as far as pitching is concerned at this particular point. So the Dodgers will have to make another move as far as pitching to get that up. Kershaw not having a great year.
Right.
Alex Wood he was I think he went 10-1 last year at the start of the season. He's not having a great year. We saw what happened in the All-Star game with one of their relief pitchers, that one of their best relief pitchers, he got scorched. So they're going to need to get some more pitching. Machado, yeah, it was a great move. You gave up one of the best prospects that you'll see. He will be an all-star, trust me, one day in Baltimore. But the Dodgers are going to need some more pitching in order for them to contend for a World Series, in my opinion. So this move gets them closer, but not over the top.
So you saying they don't get to the World Series?
They don't win the World Series. They may get there, but they won't win it.
I forget Machado. They're not going to the World because it's Cubs year.
It's
like
Cubs
I told you,
year.
when Madden start making moves like that
Yeah.
and doing crazy stuff like he does,
yeah,
that means he's inspired, and they're going back. I think the pitching's been very good. I think our pitching is underrated. Yes, because of the big free agent we got. His name slipped my mind. You know, the Asian guy from.
Oh, you talking about from Texas?
Yeah, from Texas.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
Godly, I can't think of his name, but anyway, I know him because that's my guy. I was just saying.
Yeah, he played with Texas, the Asian guy.
The pitcher.
Yeah, the pitcher.
I can't think of his name, but anyway, because we got him.
Darvish?
Yeah, Hugh Darvish.
Darvish.
Yeah.
Darvish, because we got Darvish, and he's not doing well, but I think everybody's doing great, everyone else. And then Javier is.
Yeah, he beats them. LA Brothers want us to at least mention the trade that the Indians made, getting Brad Hand, the best, probably left-handed closer in the National League. So that improves the Cleveland Indians bullpen, and they already got the hitting. So look for the Indians. Look for the Indians because Ramirez and Lindor, third base, shortstop, and then they may have 3 players that hit 40 home runs this year. So look out for them. So LA, I just shouted you out, baby.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports,
I don't believe it. It's a touchdown.
entertainment,
Are you not entertained?
and other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
Hey, this is Brittany Griner from the Phoenix Mercury, and you listen to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes. When you hear this music, you know what it means. It is time to let you go. But before we let you go, please stay tuned because we might be giving some shout outs and you might be one of them. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to God Almighty, the homie upstairs, man, for giving me this platform, for being there for me, even when I haven't been there for him. But he's here now. I appreciate him giving me this platform to do what I love to do, talk mess, to make you all happy, upset, want to give me the stop it button. Stop it. And, you know, just listen to me, man. I don't take it for granted at all. Something I've been wanting to do since I was little. And I want to thank everyone involved. I want to thank G for coming on, man, and doing what he does, doing what he do. Appreciate you, G. Miss Crystal Dayan, thank you for doing your job. And my co-host, H.O.
What up? Appreciate it, man. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to SRT as I represent. Make sure you check us out every Wednesday, 7 to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to the 3-Point Lounge. Faithfuls, Facebook Live and in studio. Thanks, Ralph. Happy birthday to you. Thanks for all you do. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to D Intellectual for allowing me to grab a seat every time he needs to take a break and do some yeoman's work and things of that nature. So shout out to him and shout out to everybody, man, who loves sports and continue to get the real perspectives from the real 1100 because we here, baby. SRT and the 3-point conversion.
Yes, sir. And I want to thank my beautiful family, my lovely wife, my children. Shout out to my son who this joker here. But Jason, I'm going to shout him out anyway. Happy birthday, son. Love you, man. That joker getting big. All my cousins, play cousins and all. Make sure you are. I want to thank my sponsors, Salad Express, Seneca's Barbershop, and Sucker Free Life LLC. Make sure you all enjoy sports this weekend. It's not that much, but you got WNBA. Oh, we got the BB&T Classic, Tennis Classic, the 3-point conversion. We'll be in there covering it. Shout out to the Crush also. They will be there as well. But like I said, man, eat good. We're going to eat good today. Enjoy life. G, have a great nap. Crystal, you have fun. Don't get no barbecue on that white. And H.O., do what you do, baby.
You already know.
So until next week, you all, like I said, love family. Let family know that you love them. And next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. Will you miss me? I'm out. Peace.
Later.
Just got done listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts at the 3-Point Conversion. And also make sure you check out our website, the3pointconversion.com. Be sure to follow us live and listen every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.